Okay, so this is the next card that I'm taking a look at. This is a 1 gig ATI. That's right, ATI. This was before. In fact, I believe that this was the last generation of cards before they went to AMD branding. So these were actual ATI. So you can see right there, it's actual ATI Radeon. So this is way back in the day. This is a 1 gig Radeon HD 5870. And I also have over here because you can't talk about one without the other, this is the card that it went head-to-head with, the GeForce GTX 480. This is these are both the manufacturer. We would call them. Well, at the time they would have been called a reference edition. Sometimes you'd call them Founders Edition now on the NVIDIA side, but these are what was called reference edition back in the day. So this was basically the cooler that the manufacturer, pretty much all of these kind of cards that you see, the different manufacturers will have the same cooler, because this was before everyone started doing custom coolers. So when you see these, like, let's say, for example, it was an XFX card or an EVGA card or whatever, you'd have stickers on top of the cooler. I think on the NVIDIA ones, they only did them right here because this gets super hot. They used to do challenges, the Can You Cook an Egg on It GTX 480 challenge, where they try cook an egg on there because they got so dang hot. So this card came out, I believe September of 2009 from the stuff I could find, which was 6 months before the NVIDIA card. So these two cards were the first what we would call next generation cards. So these two cards both supported DX11, which starting in about 2011, you started seeing games that required DX11 to actually work. So AMD and NVIDIA were both in kind of a tech arms race to see who could get a card out the door first. And the GTX 480 was, my understanding, if I remember right, was fairly heavily delayed. And so the AMD card hit the market first. And it's also generally better regarded. From the stuff I could find, I'm going to have to do my own stuff, but from the stuff I could find, the GTX 480 is a little bit faster than the 5870. However, the 5870 is better regarded. The 480 ran hot and loud, and it was a little bit of a buggy product compared to what you're used to with NVIDIA today. This was one of the few times that AMD, or I guess at the time ATI, really just knocked NVIDIA out and really beat NVIDIA. So for those of you that are the AMD fanboys today, this is a good card to look at because this was from that time. So I'm going to look at it in a few games. We'll do a quick look at, we're going to be looking at period games. So we're not going to be doing the try to see if this can run modern games thing. There's nothing even remotely close to modern. Well, I'm sorry. Maybe, possibly if I really wanted to, GTA 5. But we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be running period-specific games, probably do some Far Cry, some Crysis. It is worth mentioning, it is pretty cool too. These cards, these first-generation DX11 cards, were so much faster than the cards before them. It's actually pretty amazing. This card can almost playably max Crysis, where just a year before, the top-end NVIDIA cards, from what I've seen, could run it at medium at 1080p. This can run it at... It'll run it at high and smooth, but it's got frame rate drops and stuff. But it almost maxes Crysis. So let's take a look at some games and see how they run. Shall I say, see how this runs. I'm not going to be doing a head-to-head in this particular video. I just wanted this here for reference. This is going to be just AMD numbers. So let's get to it. So this is the first one we're looking at. This is Far Cry 3. This is pretty similar graphics to the original Crysis. It's a similar, I think it's basically the same engine as the original Crysis. It's not quite as refined looking as Crysis was, but it has a similar overall visual to it. Dang it! I really wanted to kill that deer. So I'm running at the medium setting here. Dang it, I'm just going to use up all my ammo on this guy. Darn it. So yeah, we're running at the medium setting, 1080p resolution, and it looks pretty good, to be honest. It's, it's an older game, but still. I did find that the medium setting was really where you want to be. I was able to get it to run the high setting or the very high setting, but with the games being a little bit less stable back with these older games, I find that having the space for the frame rate to drop a little bit lower is definitely nice to have. And how many bullets does it take to kill these deer? Great. So I have no more bullets because do I have bullets? No bullets. That's great. Oh, and somebody is shooting at me. And I'm dead. Okay, so, yeah, kind of a quick look at that one. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is, Grand Theft Auto 4. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Lose the loan sharks. Okay, I think that, oops, I'm crashing into people. I don't actually play these that much. Oh, where the heck are they? Pretty sure some guys are going to show up and start shooting at us. So I've got the game pretty much maxed out on the graphics, and it seems generally playable so far. There's a few slowdowns here and there, but it's not that bad. So we'll play a couple of minutes and have some fun and see how it runs.
They stopped following us. Clearly they are too scared of what I could do to them. Do you think they saw me?
Of course they saw you. I mean, you're a distinctive man, Roman.
We're here. Oh, you like your phone? Maybe one day you'll get a premium quality one like mine. Then you will have really made it.
I can only wait.
Okay, so that should give kind of a quick idea of what we're looking at here. Let's get on to the next one. This is Crysis II. So this is the newest one I'm going to be testing. This is kind of on the outside edge of the types of games people would have played with this, with the 5870. So we are running at 1080p. This is really deceptive for those of you who don't know this game. This game has a stupid high, very high, extreme, and ultra. This is the medium setting that we're on right now. No VSync. And then that just made it onto the medium what they called medium. It's really stupid they did that. So let's play for a few minutes and have some fun.
4-2, sweep to coastline. We'll take the castle. Roger. Moving out. Cobalt 7, this is Oversight. Do you copy? Cobalt 7, report. Awesome! Resume your position. Taking fire! There! He's uncloaked!
Okay, so that should give everyone a good idea of what to expect on Crysis II. And that's all for this one. Okay, so now that we're back, as you saw, a nice little card. I mean, there's some fun that can be had here. Now I'm just gonna say this: don't go out and buy this card. If you're gonna ask, should I go buy one of these? The answer is no, absolutely not. This is so far removed from usefulness. If you're a collector, or if you're like doing the retro type stuff that I'm working on right now, this is an awesome card, and this is a very important card. This was the, if I remember correctly, this was the first DX11 card, which is pretty important. I mean, that's what I would consider modern cards. The cards that started with DX11 were really the start of the modern GPU era. So yeah, definitely if you're going to collect cards, this is an important card to have, as is the GTX 480. So anyway, I hope you guys found this interesting, and thanks for watching the video.